You might be surprised by what I'm about to tell you, but your isolation is not a coincidence. Yes, you heard me right. Your isolation serves a purpose, and you should be very careful about what you do during this time. God isolates us for many reasons. This period of isolation is not a punishment, but a time for growth and reflection. It is an essential part of our spiritual journey, allowing us to deepen our relationship with God. When we are alone, we have the opportunity to focus on our spiritual development without the distractions of everyday life. It is a time to listen more closely to God's voice and understand His plans for us. During isolation, we are given a chance to refine our character. It can be a period of self-discovery where we identify our weaknesses and work on them. God uses this time to prepare us for a greater purpose, molding us into better individuals who can fulfill His plans more effectively. It is in these quiet moments that we can develop qualities like patience, humility, and resilience. Isolation also helps us build a stronger foundation of faith. Without the usual noise and busyness of life, we can spend more time in prayer and meditation. This helps us to connect more deeply with God and gain a clearer understanding of His will. Our faith can grow stronger as we rely more on God for strength and guidance. Isolation provides a unique opportunity to realign our priorities and focus on what truly matters. In conclusion, embrace this period of isolation. See it as a gift and a chance to grow closer to God. Use this time wisely to strengthen your faith, improve your character, and understand God's plans for you. This is a precious time of preparation for the greater things that lie ahead. Isolation is a time to reflect on what truly matters in our lives and make necessary changes. We can evaluate our goals, habits, and relationships, ensuring they align with our spiritual values. This period of introspection can lead to significant personal growth and a more focused, purposeful life. However, when isolation comes, we shouldn't simply handle it as we would any other challenge. There are crucial mistakes you should avoid during your isolation. In times of isolation, it's essential to steer clear of negative distractions. These distractions can divert our attention from what truly matters and hinder our spiritual growth. Instead of filling the void with harmful habits like gluttony and laziness, we should focus on activities that nurture our souls and deepen our connection with God. Gluttony, or excessive indulgence in food or drink, can lead to both physical and spiritual harm. It can distract us from our spiritual goals and weaken our self-discipline. Similarly, laziness or idleness can prevent us from using our time productively and fulfilling our responsibilities. During this time, choose activities that enhance your spiritual well-being. Engage in prayer, meditation, and reading spiritual texts. Reflect on your life and identify areas where you can improve. Use this time to build a stronger relationship with God and grow in faith. In conclusion, isolation is a valuable period for self-reflection and spiritual growth. Avoid negative distractions and focus on what truly matters. Embrace this time to make positive changes in your life, align your actions with your spiritual values, and prepare yourself for the future with a renewed sense of purpose and direction. These behaviors can create barriers between us and God, preventing us from experiencing His presence fully. Instead of succumbing to negative distractions, we should engage in activities that foster spiritual growth. Practicing mindfulness, which involves being present in the moment and aware of our thoughts and feelings, can help us connect with God on a deeper level. Additionally, dedicating time to prayer and meditation can nourish our spirits and provide clarity and guidance during times of isolation. During isolation, it's important to avoid staying home and becoming stagnant. Remaining indoors for extended periods can lead to feelings of loneliness and further isolation. To combat these emotions and maintain a sense of well-being, it's essential to stay active and engaged with the world around us. One way to avoid isolation is by participating in outdoor activities. Spending time in nature, whether it's hiking in the mountains, walking along the beach, or simply enjoying a leisurely stroll in the park, can uplift our spirits and provide a sense of connection to the world. The beauty of the natural world can remind us of God's presence and inspire feelings of awe and gratitude. Engaging in hobbies and interests can also help prevent isolation. Whether it's gardening, painting, playing music, or pursuing any other creative outlet, these activities can provide a sense of purpose and fulfillment. They allow us to express ourselves and tap into our passions, helping to alleviate feelings of boredom and loneliness. In conclusion, during times of isolation, it's crucial to avoid negative distractions and engage in activities that promote spiritual growth and well-being. Embrace mindfulness, prayer, and meditation to deepen your connection with God. Stay active and involved with the world around you through outdoor activities and hobbies. By doing so, you can transform isolation into a period of personal growth and spiritual enrichment, ultimately leading to a more fulfilled and purposeful life. It's easy to fall into the trap of comparing ourselves to others. However, during times of isolation, it's essential to resist this temptation. Each person's journey is unique, shaped by their experiences, circumstances, and relationship with God. Comparing ourselves to others can lead to feelings of inadequacy, envy, and discouragement, undermining our sense of self-worth and purpose. Instead of focusing on how our journey measures up to others, we should trust in God's plan for our lives. God has a unique purpose and path for each of us, tailored to our individual strengths, weaknesses, and aspirations. By trusting in His wisdom and guidance, we can find peace and fulfillment in our own journey, regardless of how it compares to others. Comparing ourselves to others distracts us from our own growth and development. Instead of striving to be like someone else, we should focus on becoming the best version of ourselves. This means embracing our strengths, acknowledging our weaknesses, and continually striving to improve and grow. God has given each of us unique gifts and talents. During isolation, it's a perfect time to discover and develop these gifts and talents. Reflect on what makes you unique and how you can use your abilities to serve others and fulfill God's purpose for your life. Engage in activities that nurture your skills and passions, and seek ways to contribute positively to the world around you. In conclusion, resist the temptation to compare yourself to others during times of isolation. Trust in God's unique plan for your life and focus on your own growth and development. Embrace your strengths and work on your weaknesses, always striving to become the best version of yourself. By doing so, you will find peace, fulfillment, and a deeper connection with God, leading to a more purposeful and enriched life. It's our responsibility to cultivate and use our unique gifts and talents for His glory. Ultimately, comparison robs us of the joy and gratitude we should feel for the blessings in our own lives. When we're constantly looking at what others have or achieve, we fail to appreciate the blessings and opportunities that God has bestowed upon us. By shifting our focus inward and cultivating gratitude for our own journey, we can find contentment and fulfillment in the midst of isolation. In times of isolation, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and lose faith. Challenges and uncertainties can shake our beliefs and leave us feeling spiritually adrift. However, it's crucial to hold on to our faith even when faced with adversity. Faith is a source of strength and comfort during difficult times. It provides us with hope and reassurance that we are not alone, that God is with us every step of the way, even when we cannot see the path ahead clearly. Faith reminds us that God's love and guidance are unwavering. Moreover, losing faith only serves to deepen our sense of isolation. When we doubt God's presence and goodness, we cut ourselves off from the source of our strength and peace. Instead of finding solace in prayer and meditation, we may turn inward, consumed by fear and despair. Instead of allowing doubt to take hold, we should actively nurture our faith during times of isolation. This means turning to God in prayer, seeking His guidance and comfort in our moments of need. It means immersing ourselves in His Word, finding strength and wisdom in the teachings of Scripture. And it means surrounding ourselves with a community of believers who can support and uplift us on our journey. While dealing with isolation, it's natural to feel impatient and eager for the situation to change. However, rushing the process can hinder our growth and spiritual development. It's important to trust in God's timing and allow ourselves the time needed to grow and learn from this period of isolation. Patience is a virtue that we can develop during these times, helping us to become more resilient and steadfast in our faith. In conclusion, resist the temptation to compare yourself to others, and instead focus on cultivating your own gifts and talents for God's glory. Embrace gratitude for your unique journey and hold on to your faith during times of isolation. Seek comfort in prayer, Scripture, and the support of a faith community. By doing so, you will find strength, peace, and a deeper connection with God, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. It's important to remember that God's timing is perfect, and there is a purpose behind our isolation. Impatience can lead to frustration and discontentment. When we try to force things to happen according to our timeline, we may miss out on valuable lessons and opportunities for growth. Instead of embracing the present moment, we become fixated on the future, longing for a time when things will be different. Furthermore, rushing the process can prevent us from fully experiencing God's presence and guidance. When we're constantly striving for the next thing, we may overlook the blessings and insights that God is trying to impart to us in the present moment. It's only when we slow down and listen that we can discern His voice and understand His will for our lives. Impatience can strain our relationship with God. When we demand immediate answers to our prayers and petitions, we fail to trust in God's wisdom and sovereignty. We may become disillusioned when our prayers are not answered according to our expectations, leading to doubt and frustration. Instead of rushing the process, we should embrace the journey of isolation as an opportunity for growth and reflection. We should trust in God's plan and timing, knowing that He is working all things together for our good. Patience is a virtue, and it's through patience that we can learn to surrender control and align our will with God's will. This period of isolation can teach us to rely more on God's timing and less on our own understanding. In conclusion, it's crucial to resist impatience and trust in God's perfect timing during times of isolation. Embrace the present moment and seek to understand the lessons and blessings that God is offering you. Slow down, listen, and allow God's presence to guide you. Trust that He is working everything for your good, and use this time to grow in faith, patience, and spiritual maturity. By doing so, you will find peace and fulfillment, deepening your relationship with God and enhancing your spiritual journey. God's silence can be a powerful tool for deepening our spiritual connection. It offers us a sanctuary from the noise and distractions of the world, creating space for introspection, prayer, and communion with God. Silence allows us to quiet the chatter of our minds and listen more closely to the voice of God. In the absence of external stimuli, we can hear His gentle whispers and discern His guidance more clearly. It's in these moments of stillness that we can receive profound insights and revelations about our lives and purpose. Moreover, silence fosters a sense of inner peace and tranquility. It provides a refuge from the stresses and anxieties of daily life, offering us a chance to rest and recharge our spirits. In the silence, we can find solace and comfort, knowing that God is with us and that we are loved unconditionally. Additionally, silence encourages reflection and self-examination. It gives us the opportunity to review our thoughts, feelings, and actions, and to identify areas where we may need to grow or change. Through introspection, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our relationship with God, leading to greater spiritual maturity. Although isolation may make us feel disconnected, it's crucial not to isolate ourselves further from others. Human connection is essential for our well-being, especially during challenging times. Even when physically separated, we must strive to maintain meaningful relationships and stay connected to a supportive community. Isolation can exacerbate feelings of loneliness and alienation, making it tempting to withdraw from others. However, staying in touch with friends, family, and loved ones is vital for our emotional and mental health. Whether through phone calls, video chats, or written messages, reaching out to others can provide comfort, companionship, and a sense of belonging. During times of isolation, it's essential to exercise patience and trust in God's timing. Although it may be challenging, we must remain steadfast in our faith, knowing that God sees and understands our circumstances. Patience is a virtue that allows us to endure difficulties with grace and resilience. By trusting in God's timing, we can find peace and strength, knowing that He is working all things together for our good. In conclusion, embrace the silence and use it as an opportunity to deepen your spiritual connection with God. Reflect on your life, seek God's guidance, and find comfort in His presence. Stay connected to others and nurture your relationships to avoid further isolation. Trust in God's timing and remain patient, knowing that He has a plan for you. Through faith and patience, you will find peace, strength, and a deeper connection with God, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Instead of becoming frustrated or discouraged by the length of our isolation, we should trust that God has a purpose for this season in our lives. By patiently waiting and trusting in His plan, we can cultivate a spirit of contentment and peace, knowing that everything unfolds according to His divine will. Trust is the foundation of our relationship with God. Even when we cannot see the path ahead clearly, we can trust that God is leading us with wisdom and love. He knows the plans He has for us, plans to prosper us and not to harm us, plans to give us hope and a future. By placing our trust in Him, we can surrender control and find comfort in His steadfast presence. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.